Hey guys, my name is Nick and welcome back to the channel, and in this video we are heading back in time a little bit to my old Armiger Warglaves and Helverins. Now, I painted the Armiger Warglaves, I think pretty much immediately when they came out because I was super excited about those models, and then I kind of bought the Helverins and then did nothing with them until I played Nick Beer just before Christmas or sometime back end of last year, and I painted one up. And then I have one that's been sat around in bits, very much similar to my Knight Valiant, to be honest, which I've recently painted, which you would have seen recently on the channel. So I'm clearing some of the backlog, I'm clearing some of these half-finished projects, and enough waffle. Let's go and take a look at some pictures. So this is the latest one to join the ranks of the Armigers that I have in my collection. As you can see, it's adopted House Raven. Now this is one of the Mechanicus aligned households, but I am running this as Legio Astorum to match the rest of my knights. Now there is some background in the fluff that says, you know, knight households were, you know, aligned to Mechanicum units or Mechanicum legions or legios, yeah, Titan legions. And that's pretty much the adoption I've got across all of my large robotic walkers. But these guys, I've kind of left the House Raven iconography on one shoulder, and I've actually gone back and repainted some of the, well, all of the older ones in fact, with a flatter scheme slightly. So I've matted that down, I've added some of those edge highlights, and I've added in those House Raven iconography shoulder pauldrons. So that's pretty much what I've done. So let's take a look at what these look like when they're all together. So first up then is the new pair of Armiger Helverins, so the guys with the big super auto cannons. So that's a pair of those. You notice the new one, the iconography is slightly larger, and I've gone with a slightly large decal on one side as well. I'm trying to mark out one as a kind of more senior kind of leader. That's the excuse I'm going with, nothing to do with the fact that I ran out of decals and I used the wrong stencil. I'm going to go with the fact that it's marking them out as a leader. So just a couple of angles of those, and then we just go back to the original 4 of the Armiger Warglaves, and you can see that I've matted these down as well and repainted all the highlights and all the blue armor panels and done all the red shoulder pads. If you looked at the intro to the video, you would have seen none of those had that. They now do, so that's taken a little bit of effort as well to get that ready to go. So just a few different angles here. You can see the different striping on the rear of those shoulder pauldrons as well, just marking them out as a little bit unique. And then obviously on this side we've got the Legio Astorum iconography on that shoulder pad, just to match every other knight that I've got. They've all got it on that left shoulder pauldron. So all 6 together then, looking mean and consistent. That's the biggest thing. The fact I've painted sort of a batch of 3 and then 3 on their own, I've managed to keep the paint scheme pretty consistent. So there we go then guys, all 6 Armigers that I now own are now complete. So something that's been around, as I said at the opening of this video, they've been around for quite a while now. I have a terrible habit of buying stuff when it comes out, you know, the FOMO effect, fear of missing out. So I tend to buy stuff when it comes out, get super excited, start stuff, and then move on to the next super exciting thing, and then stuff just gets put aside, put in cupboards, half completed in boxes and bags, and just sits there, you know, looking at you saying, you bought me, you paid a lot of money for me, and yeah, I'm not finished. So I've got a few things that are going on in a similar vein to that. So that, as I said at the start of the video, the Knight Valiant has now been finished. My final Armiger has now been finished. Looking forward to getting into the game with these. Imagine fielding 6 of these. I'm quite excited about that idea. I'm sure my friends are not. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this little catch up. And if you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall catch you guys on the next video.